Hello, me and my sister,
Faith.
I'm Ariana. We want to speak on not an issue, but a development that has come about through the movement All Lives Matter, which is an antithesis to Black Lives Matter. It's come to our attention that people think that the Black Lives Matter movement is supposed to silence other movements for equality, when a lot of people take a lot of time to explain that no, it's not. It's just another movement for equality. It's to fight the systemic racism and oppression that people of color, especially Black people, experience on a daily basis in societies such as the United States.
And many other countries in the world, not just the US. And something that I want to talk about that a lot of Black Lives Matter supporters say that a lot of All Lives Matter supporters disagree with is all lives won't matter until Black lives do. And when that phrase is said, it's super, super controversial, being that, the supporters on All Lives Matter think that, okay, so any other life, whether that be Asian, Hispanic, what was the other one?
Yemen lives in concentration camps, Yemen lives who are refugees, Muslim lives. They think that
any life that has been oppressed or is facing injustice right now, Black lives are above them.
Which is completely untrue.
Completely false. Completely false.
The Black Lives Matter movement was to fight the systemic racism that is present in a lot of our governments, in a lot of our neighborhoods, on a small scale and on larger scales. There are other movements to fight other types of hate and bigotry, and this Black Lives Matter movement is specifically to fight the oppression that comes from racism, whether that be modern racism, whether that be historical racism, whether that be even little minor microaggressions. Something that was brought up was that there are white people of different ethnicities and different religions who are also being oppressed, and also
white people. And when she says white people, it's the people that appear white but who are not white.
They have to put white on, let's say, a census form or something, but they are still seen as a different culture, a different religion, and they still experience xenophobia or sectionalism. And we just want to say that the All Lives Matter movement, they're not working for you.
They're really not.
They are one of the movements that are working against you. And Black Lives Matter is a movement to fight racism.
Its main goal, its general goal is to fight racism of any kind.
Right. Black Lives Matter is not to silence your pain and your experiences.
If anything, All Lives Matter was made right after Black Lives Matter to do so, to do that.
To silence people's pain. There's this common metaphor that people use for the Black Lives Matter movement to get more people to understand why people bring this up, which is the house burning on fire, and that someone whose house isn't on fire, aka the majority who are oppressing the minority, they're saying, why are you calling the ambulance the fire truck? And what Black Lives Matter movement is trying to say is, our house is on fire, your house isn't, which is why we're bringing this to light. And the Black Lives Matter movement is not trying to say all the fire trucks, all the ambulances come to my house, come to our house.
We're the only house on fire.
We're not trying to say that we're the only house who's caught fire. We recognize that there are other houses that are on fire.
If anything, we can relate to those houses because we're all on fire. We're the ones on fire, and we can point out the houses that are on fire, and we want to help those houses that are on fire.
We get the need for immediate help. We want to show that once all of our houses are fine, because all of our houses matter, then our goal will be met.
If anything, the Black Lives Matter supporters, we are the ones who are not only trying to educate people of privilege, but we're trying to educate ourselves too, and everyone who doesn't realize the problems that have been here since day one. And we're trying to ignite change and not make this a trend, not make this something that happens for
a quick moment.
Short amount of time and just go away. This is something that we've been fighting for. Racism is something that we've wanted to end for the longest time. And Black Lives Matter, all I can say is it's not just for Black people. It's for everyone. And for anyone who has a voice, anyone who feels like they haven't been heard, anyone who's gone through injustices in their life, it's for everyone. Because if anything, I've seen this movement bring up so many issues, not just police brutality. It's not just against white versus Black. We're just trying to end racism. We're really just trying to end the hate and the continuous suppression of others. That's really all what this is about.
Trying to remind everyone that they share humanity with the next person.
And no problem should undermine any other problem, because all problems are valid. All injustices that people face are valid, and it should be recognized, and we should be educated. Okay, so just to wrap up this and our message, we really just want you guys to know that all lives, of course, matter. Your life matters, who's ever watching this. And for the people who aren't watching, your life matters too. If you could take anything from this video, I hope that it's change starts with you, and it starts with your perspective and how you see things and how you see the world and how you see problems. And if you're willing to be neutral about it, if you're willing to be anti-racist, which I hope that everyone now and moving forward works on.
It's not waiting for the future generation. It's starting with you. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.